Let's get this face-off underway. Listen, tonight, my people, we have a huge, hard-hitting humdinger of a heavyweight clash that's about to go down. Quest Boxing Saturday night. It is going to be a banger. Down to my left, we've got the Gunman-backed fighter. If you do not know this brother, he is a 2 times unlicensed heavyweight champion with Future of Boxing and with Ring King, the hard-hitting Billy Herron, and he is fighting against the slayer of Ben Knights in his last fight. He is an absolute refrigerator of a man, punches in bunches. He's a tough pugilist. As I said, career best win against Ben Knights. He's been in with bad boy Beeman. We have Bailey Short. Thank you very much, my people, for coming on to this face-off. Let me start with Mr. Herron. Mr. Herron, is this your biggest fight yet?
It's the biggest opportunity, yeah. He's been with people I've been chasing for, well, you know, for about a year now. Never quite had the opportunity. Never. My social media profile is not that big, but I'm putting my name on the map. I've got to put my name on results. Fair play to Bailey. He's very early in his career. He's managed to get them big names. So hats.
Is he your toughest opponent?
Heavyweight boxing, everyone's different. I'd say it's probably the fight I'm looking forward to most. I only got what a week ago. There's been none of the animosity. He seems like a polite, respectful bloke. He knows this is a fight I've been wanting for a while. And fortunately, but unfortunately, Luke Andrews had to pull out due to illness, and Bailey stepped up to the plate. So fair play to him. Take it on a week's notice. Hats off to you again, mate.
Yeah, listen, me and Mr. Bailey Short, whilst he's fighting against one of my guys, we have a fantastic relationship. We've always got on well. And, you know, he's a popular guy, and I really like the way he handles himself. Bailey, do you rate Herron?
Yeah, obviously, like I said to him before, obviously he's got his belts that he's got. He said about a fight, a couple of months ago. And I said to him, as soon as we've got December out of the way, we'll get it arranged, and that's what we both agreed. We then obviously both busy for the start of the year, but then obviously it come up earlier than we both thought.
Why not start the year?
Right. Where does he rank amongst the opponents that you've fought? You've been in with some absolute killers, Bailey Short. Where does he rank? Is he one of your hardest fights, or have you been in with harder people than this guy?
I don't think a lot of people are going to have as much experience and technique as sort of people like Beeman. But yeah, on terms of some of the others, yeah, harder than them. But obviously, I have been in with people like Beeman, which have been tough fights.
How did you get that fight?
So no one would fight him. No one would step up, and then I was the only person who said, "I'll do it." Not one other heavyweight would agree to it.
On his and Ben Knight's door, and then no, they don't want it.
And it was Ben originally when I first started boxing back in March. Ben was the one who called me out, and then we was meant to fight midweek mayhem, and then obviously he pulled out, and then obviously I was like, well, you wanted to fight, let's have it. And then he finally agreed to it.
Yeah. You called him out for a long time to get that fight, Bailey. And, you know, I love that. I love to see fighters trying to make opportunities for themselves. So I really, I've got a lot of respect for that. Billy, did you see his fight with Ben Knights, and what were your thoughts on it if you did?
I did. I think you done a lot better than what people were expecting. I thought you led the early rounds. But I think it was from round 4. He sort of stepped it up a little bit. I don't know whether that was due to your stamina and engine going, where you have so much in the first half of the fight. I think it could have gone either way. I think he's a bit of a mug for kicking off the way he did. And yeah, I think it could have gone either way. No team should have been annoyed with the result, no matter what way it went, because I thought it was quite a fair fight.
Yeah. To be fair, we had a rematch, what was meant to happen, but he's now not able to do it.
Of course he is.
Was that actually penciled in, Bailey? Was that in the diary?
So he agreed on another show, which for certain reasons I said no.
Was it over by any chance?
It wasn't, but there was background to it of unfairness, and like me, I don't care who I get in with.
You gotta get
I'm all about,
only 6 minutes.
I'm all about a good fight, like, you know, like Beeman. Every single one of my fights 50-50. I've not known, even the O2, how, you know, from that, obviously I know it went the way it did, but obviously to me, I didn't know who the guy was, never seen him train, didn't know what he was like, and I just got in there, and obviously what happened. And
Mate, I didn't even get my chance to put my coffee down, and that fight was over.
Yeah, I was expecting a lot more.
Do you feel like that opponent underestimated you, and I maybe underestimated your power? Because I'm not being funny, you're quite a short heavyweight, aren't you? You're not a massive heavyweight.
Yeah, I'm about what, just shy of 6
foot. You're about the same height as wet Gunman, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a little bit smaller than him. I'm a little bit smaller. I'm about 5. I'm a cute 5'11". I'm a cute 5'11". You know what I'm saying? No, I'm a little bit smaller. I'm a lot smaller than both you guys. But yeah, no. To answer his question for him, I don't know if you saw the fight. He just absolutely mauled the guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was like a bear in the woods. That just found a bit of meat.
Name from that fight, and I was talking to Gunman about it because I just recently signed for him leading up to that, and it was trying to discuss. I think it was just for future of boxing. We were trying to find an opponent because mine, Leo Meadows, he got knocked out of a jab a couple of weeks before, and then he started ducking and diving and basically bottled it 2 days before the fight. So I said, "What about Bailey Short? I've seen him on that. Like, you've done the job very early." And Wes was like, "I don't think that's going to be suitable for this one, but that would be a very good fight to make." So since then, it's like you've always been someone that I've sort of followed with your boxing. Like, don't worry, I'm not standing outside the door or anything like that. I respect the work you are putting in. So fair, yeah. I think it's going to be
not just because the game.
Not just because we're heavyweights, but I think our styles match very well. Yeah. So I think there's been a few changes. I've changed my team. Got a different number one coach. So there's been a lot of light shed on different areas. But I think a lot of people, again, I said people were surprised with you. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised with how I come out on Saturday.
Yeah.
Did you, Billy? Did you think that Bailey won against Ben Knight?
As I said, I think it could have gone either way. I don't think either team could have been too sad if they lost. Again, massive mug the way he stormed out the ring, and I told him that on DMs because he messaged me, asked him for a bout, and he said, "Give me 3 things that would benefit to me."
Yeah,
it just shows the sort of person he is. Like, surely,
I mean, that's fair enough to be annoyed though if you think you've won a fight.
Pissed off, but give you your credit at the same time. Like, no matter how when I've lost, no matter how pissed off I am with myself, you always shake the opponent's hand and say, "Well done."
No. Yeah, I mean, when they're heating the moment, people do silly things sometimes, and you know, trust me, like it's not nice when you think you've won and
I think
you haven't.
He's so used to everything going his way, and all of a sudden, it's not.
Bailey, who's the favourite in this fight?
What do you mean?
Who's the favourite? I've got a tenner and I want to multiply my papers. Who would I bet on?
That'll be down to you whether you want to lose your bet or win your bet. That's down to it on the night.
Who's favourite in your opinion?
I think it'll be a good fight. Obviously, I'm not one to say this is going to happen, this is going to happen, but I think it'll be a good fight.
Because you do seem very humble. You're the complete polar opposite of your brother, who gives it all the big one. I think he's took a massive bite of your confidence pie and left you with hardly any. So,
I take everything as it is. I'll go into any fight. Any fight I get offered, even like Gunman knows that. Like with the O2 fight, I didn't even know who I was fighting. I agreed to it before I even knew the opponent. And they just said, "Do you want to fight next Saturday?" And I said, "Yeah."
Hey, you got paid nice, so
the fight. You're not going to turn it down.
Yeah,
well, that's it.
It's a good opportunity for you, man. It's a good opportunity.
And you took it. Fair play to
you.
You did take it.
Who's the pressure on then, Bailey? Like you know, you're sitting on the fence on who's the favourite.
I think
I don't know if that's being humble or not. But who's the pressure on? Like who has to win this fight more than the other person?
To be fair, it's a hard one. I feel obviously there's a bit more pressure obviously on Billy because obviously he's the one who wanted the fight in the first place. Obviously, hands down, if you won, I'd still shake your hand at the end. It's all about sportsmanship. But if I think it can go either way, obviously I'm not one to say how it's going to go, and it's going to be one way or the other.
Yeah, no draws in.
I think it'll be a little bit. I think you could underestimate a little bit of me. Depends how you watch me.
Yeah, I don't look for people's flaws. I look for what they do well, and then try and counter and try to take that armor, that weapon away from them.
Yeah.
If you look for someone's flaws, you're constantly trying to force it. But if I look for what I feel you do well, and my team feel you do well, and I can nullify that, then all signs point to a Herron victory. But it's the same that goes for you.
Yeah.
So it's who, I think it's who wants it more on the night, and who's had the better camp. I know.
Bill, you've wanted this fight. Billy, you've wanted this fight for a while now. You kind of got into the mix. You've been, targeting Leo Meadows. You've been targeting Bailey Short. You've been targeting Ben Knights. You've wanted a piece of Beeman even. Like, you've been wanting to get in the mix, and you've not had your chance. Now you have your chance. Yep. Can you tell this brother what's going to happen to him on Saturday night?
That'll be revealing my secrets.
Will you be going for the knockout?
As I said, in with a new gym now, new coach. We've shone a lot of light on what I need to change up. I can't reveal too much, but I don't think anyone's expecting what's coming.
Listen, if you were to lose on Saturday night, Billy Herron, you're going to have 3 losses in your last 4 fights.
Yep.
Which would put you in a pretty bad position, especially now you've just got this platform. Does that put the pressure on you now that you've called for this fight? Bailey's even said the pressure's more on you than him because you've called for this fight. And now, obviously, if you lose, you've on a bad run of results.
And it'll be hard to...
Are you feeling that pressure and what you're going to be able to do to make sure that, you don't freeze on the night and that you can deliver?
I quite enjoy the pressure. Obviously, I knew... I just thought that has really made me chuckle. I don't know who's built like a fridge, though, me or you.
I know who he's talking about.
Reese 21 has just killed the whole room dead. That's just brilliant. Go on.
He's my corner man.
No losing Gunman.
Calvin underneath is as well.
Yeah, I know. And he's fighting on the same night, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's fighting Zeb Hallett.
Zeb Hallett. Wow, that's a big fight as well. So yeah, Billy, the pressure. That's what we're saying. I feel this is a must-win fight for you, more so than Bailey. Bailey's just come off a massive win. He's lost to Beeman, which he kind of got respect for.
Yeah,
And that's because he wasn't expected to win that one, and no one wanted to fight Beeman. He's come off a massive win off of Knights. I think the feeling is that you need to win this fight more than he does. Is that a fair statement?
I feel to grab the opportunity, not only do I need to win, I need to win well.
Yeah.
It can't be a boxing, heavyweight boxing can go either way. It could all change with one punch. And I'm first-hand witness, been there, done that. So what I've been doing is taking the pressure off myself. Take the pressure off myself and just chill, do what I know I can do. Don't overthink the situation and box how I know I can box. That's one thing I will say about this fight. It will be a boxing match. It won't be an all-out warfare. I mean,
when you look at the CV of this brother here, you know, this brother's been in with Bad Boy Beeman, he's been in with Ben Knight, and you know he's got a couple of stellar names in the marketplace on his CV. You know, this brother, if he goes to the job centre, you know what I mean, he gets to the front of the queue now. You know what I'm saying? He gets straight to the front of the queue.
Yeah.
Are you looking at that CV and going, I'm going to have to be better than those guys to beat this guy?
I'm looking at it thinking he's peaked. With all due respect, you peaked. Is after all goes to plan, Saturday, you'll be yesterday's news, tomorrow's shit paper. Like, as you've pointed out, thanks a lot, Gunman, I've come off of 3 losses in my last 4 fights. And
if you lose this one, it'll be 3 losses in your last 4. I think you've 2 losses in your last 3, right?
Something like that, yeah. Stats don't have a face. I can't remember. It's been so long.
Yeah.
But last year was about getting my name out there, and I've always said that there was lots of fights, lots of different shows, lots of venues, and I probably overworked myself. Like they say to me, when you're going to put our Chevy back in the garage to rest up.
Yeah,
I had that hunger to. I want to do more. My confidence was sky high. I was winning, and I probably should have taken the break that I've had now.
Yeah,
I mean, last bout should have been November, I think it was November. But due to power cut reasons, the show didn't happen. So I haven't actually had a competitive bout since October. So that's been a lot of time for me to really go back to the drawing board, recover, recuperate, get myself into a position where I'm ready for this. Right, I haven't overexerted myself. I didn't fight last week. I didn't fight the week before that. It's a new, fresh chapter. I've put my name out there, but this year's about cementing my name there. I'm here to stay. And apologies, Bailey, you're in the way of that, mate.
Bailey, what have you got a response? Have you got a response to that? He says you're in his way. He says you're just a speed hump in the road. What's your response?
Me.
I think I've had a good training camp this time. Obviously, with some of my other fights, I haven't really took so serious. But luckily, I was already training a little bit for my next upcoming fight. So I had just no. So I was in Mallorca. Obviously, Pete, who's in here, Pete Boxing Club, Mallorca. He does my training when I go out there. But no, we just went to a boxing show over there. I'll be over there in April, hopefully fighting, and then.
Nice.
But yeah, I think
living a jet-setting lifestyle.
It'd be nice. Well, Pete's one of our sponsors, so obviously we do some of our training with him over there. But yeah, no, I think it's been a bit more intense this time than what I have done before. Obviously, I've had my first 6-round fight now, so
it's
I know.
Horrible, isn't it?
To be honest, I prefer it. I wanted this to be a 6-round fight.
Alan said, and whoever won had to defend on the 12th of April.
Yeah.
And
So
two fights coming up, one the 1st of March and then one 29th of March. So I didn't want to be that person to be like, oh, I can't fight for this, or I didn't.
yeah. So obviously, as Gunman knows, I'm a man who loves his 10-ounce gloves. So obviously, I asked for 10-ounce and 6 rounds.
It just feels it feels a bit better when you land, doesn't it?
It's so much better. I prefer it so much. Yeah. I'd fight less if they'd let us.
Yeah. and faster hands as well, isn't it? Your hands are so much lighter with 10s, aren't they? And 10s and 12s as opposed to 16s. You've got more speed, you've got more
interested in heavyweight having lower ounce gloves.
Yeah,
of course.
Bailey, do you think you could knock Billy Herron out? Can you pack him up and put him away?
To be honest, I haven't actually really seen much of him. So it's going to be one of them things of how I play it on the day. I think there's a few things this time he will underestimate from my last fights.
Why have you done no research on him?
Because I take it as it comes.
Most of my fights have been removed from YouTube because Ring King's stopped now. So there's no footage on YouTube of any of my Ring King fights. I'm pretty much obsolete on YouTube now.
Oh, look at that. He's moving stealth, you know what I mean? He's put the silencer on, he's got the infrared out. You know what I mean?
The only things I've watched is I've seen one of your fights, and I see a clip from one, but obviously we all know who that guy is, and which was the one you stopped.
Oh, what, Evan?
No, not Evan. One of your last ones.
Okay. Yeah.
Obviously, we all know what type of guy he is. So they're the only things I've actually seen.
Yeah.
We all know.
Obviously, I've personally been on the circuit myself with that guy, not like fighting him, but so I know what he does, and yeah, so they're the only things I've seen.
Okay.
To be honest, I'm not really too interested in researching too much because I feel everyone fights different in every fight.
Depends what turns up on the day. What me turns up on the day. As I said, it's been 4 or 5 months since I last got in the ring competitively, and a lot has changed. So,
like Reece just said, they do the research. They tell me what to do on the night, and obviously tell me what to train, and that's all I do. I'm not too bothered about researching through all your fights and seeing what you do and don't do. If you land something, you land something. I'll know it for the next time you try and land it. I think you'll be very surprised with a whack I can take.
Yeah.
So I think.
Look at the size of your neck.
Mate, I think refrigerator of a man.
I think trying to get me on the floor will be a very, very hard task for anyone. If Beeman couldn't put me on the floor, and I tell you what, he's got a whack on him.
I don't think you've been stopped before, Bailey. Have you?
Obviously, I had the Beeman one where it was stopped in the last 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah, you went down a couple of times in that fight, didn't you?
No, I didn't go down at all. I've never
go down at all.
Touch wood. I've never been down.
I did watch it, but it was ages ago.
I got a standing 8.
Remember this, so it only takes 4 pounds of pressure to knock anyone out.
Yeah. But when you're solid on your feet like me, it's hard. So if you did, I would fully get up and I'd shake your hand for it.
Fair play to you.
To this day, touch wood, no one's put me on my ass. Yes, there's people who could do it.
Yeah. But
to this day, every time I've got in the ring, there's never been a person to be able to do it to me. Yeah. And I'll prefer to, for instance, like the Beeman fight. I took everything he had and still did not go down.
Let's just say, Bailey, you do beat our man Herron. You beat him. You're going to be in a fantastic position. You'll have Knights on your CV. You'd have Billy Herron on your CV. You would have been in with Beeman. What would be next for you? I mean, we talked about the Ben Knights rematch. I mean, I thought you weren't going to give it to him, to be honest with you. But Is there a chance that you're looking onto that?
So obviously I have spoke with him. We did arrange on a neutral show for it to be on, because I said it's a hard one, because not of mentioning too much, but I was all I'll say is look at my gloves compared to his in that fight.
So you just saying you was a weight fighter sort of thing?
And I'm not saying it's to the promoter. It's not at all. It's more down to someone else who was involved.
You know, people making these demands as well, they just put themselves on this pedestal. So, yeah, some promoters lick someone's ass so much that they're happy to bend over backwards for these people just because they've got a blue tick next to their name on Instagram. Yeah, so I think you can pay like £12 a month for their marketing.
So
the thing
I spoke to another promoter, and I explained the whole situation. I said, look, I want it to be a 50-50 show. I said, if he wins, hands down, I'll shake his hand at the end. I said, if I win, then I win. I said, but I want it to be a fair fight. I said, and I don't want no biased things at all.
But in fairness, Bailey, though, you got the decision in that fight when some people felt you shouldn't have got it.
I think you guys from another view saw another side of it. So if you look at your video compared to our video in our corner, a lot of the shots that you lot thought Ben was landing, if you actually look back at that, he wasn't even landing. They were on the glove.
I actually felt he was catching a lot of your shots. That's what it was for me.
To be fair, he did. But then, if you look it down to the points that actually did score, and when I was getting through his guard, like there was quite a few jabs that you lot didn't actually see because he had his back to you. My jab was actually getting through and tapping him straight on the chin. Still scoring points. Even the commentator said every one he was landing, I was landing a few more. Obviously, there was one point.
It was a close fight, Bailey, and I definitely don't want to be sounding like I'm taking your credit away from you. That was a big fight for you, and it's an impressive victory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can score these fights differently. I had it scored differently, but it is views, it is angles, it is what you like. You know, but it was a tremendous victory, and I don't want to seem like I'm dampening it at all. Not at all. You know, you got in there and you delivered.
I think it was just two different views, because like if you watch your video and our video, obviously a lot of the time Ben had his back to you, so obviously you didn't see a lot. So Ben, and then for instance, like I remember there was one point that everyone thought Ben landed an overhand, which everyone was cheering for him because he landed, even obviously Gary and everyone in his corner. But then if you look into ours, you can see that didn't even land on me at all. It actually missed me. And it was funny as well, because obviously that's my own hometown show. That's a Culture show. Ben's from Birmingham. And I was in the away side.
Yeah. I mean, you done well in that fight, and it was a close fight. Billy, what does Bailey not do so well? What are you looking to exploit? What does he not do so good?
No, I think, as I said before, I don't look for flaws. I look for what I feel he does well to nullify that. I think for his size, he moves really well. Like the side-to-side peekaboo style. Lots of punches. For someone, without sounding disrespectful, someone your size, you've got an engine. So it's how I go about counteracting that. Like, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it a lot. I think it's going to be a great fight, potentially fight of the night. Both of us have the ability to stop each other at any given moment.
It's a title eliminator as well, isn't it, on Quest? Quest Boxing. I must add, Quest is a really good show as well. Like, it's proper fighters on there. You know, I know there's a lot of shows with influencer fighters and a lot of shows with small content creators and living reality TV guys fighting, but Quest has got a rich history of having like some really top semi-pro fighters. Yeah, mate, I just went to a Matchroom press conference about 2 weeks ago, and one of their guys that used to fight on Quest, he was fighting like co-main event on Matchroom's show. Bilal Fawaz, if you don't know that guy, check him out. He used to fight on Quest. Like they've had, you know, a rich heritage of like quite a few fighters gone pro and doing well on that show. So like, you know, it's proper fighters, and so you're on a really good platform, guys, and it's going to be really good to.
That's one thing I did notice. Obviously, my last Quest fight was my debut. I think there's shows that can probably be on par with it in terms of the production, but in terms of the ability of the fighters, I think it's up there.
Oh, it's up there. There's no doubt about it.
There's a golfing class. There's a couple that could potentially challenge them. Maybe not now, but in a couple of years' time. But it's a show that everyone wants to fight on. Everyone wants to be at. Everyone wants to be Quest, no matter whether it's Quest or Queensbury. They remember, like
Queensbury boxing, but their belts hold weight.
Yeah,
Billy. Like, you know, when you win a Quest belt, like people don't want to fight you because you're a Quest champion. You know what I mean? Like their belts hold weight. You know, it's a proper show, and it's been going for years. It was Queensbury boxing before, and it's really good to see this fight going on that platform. You know, it's a proper fight. Both of you are good fighters on a proper platform. It's going to be really exciting. Bailey, last question for you. Last couple of questions, and I'll let you guys rest because I know it's camp and I know it's fight week. Bailey, is this fight going to go the distance?
In terms of him trying to stop me, 100%. It's not going to happen of me getting stopped. But like we both say, it's down to the night. It's heavyweight boxing. It could go either way. Anything can happen. So that's something I'm not going to sit here and try and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, when it is heavyweight boxing. No one can decide what is going to happen.
Yeah. We've got Reese 21. You coming to the show, Gunman? I'm like 50-50. I'm on the fence like Humpty Dumpty. I could fall either way because it's out in the middle of the sticks. And it's also my birthday weekend.
And it's a
so I don't know if I'm going to be asked to do anything.
Big old thumb comes down on your head.
Is that a sign of you not wanting to see your fighter lose?
I never like seeing my fighters lose at all. But losing to you, Bailey, there's a small thing where it's not. It won't upset me losing to you because you're an absolute class act.
Well,
he's an absolute class act.
Be sorely disappointed at the weekend.
Yeah, Billy, you need to make sure you win. No, but listen, I you know, as I said at the start, Bailey, I've got a good relationship with you, and sometimes business we have to clash. You know, that's how it is. But I've always had a good relationship with you. I've always respected you, and when we've worked together on shows, it's been always a pleasure interviewing you, and I do wish you all the best of success, but just not in this fight.
I think a lot different will happen to what you guys may think. Obviously, we've took training a lot more serious. So I think in terms of what you may think the outcome will be, or how you think it's going to go, is going to be a little bit different to how it is going to go.
You're bringing the best you, I'm bringing the best me. May the best man win.
Yeah, let's round it off on that. I think it's a really 50-50 fight. I'll be honest with you. I think it's a 50-50 fight. And it's great that pool of fighters all fighting each other. You, Ben Knight, you two, Meadows.
Is he on live now?
Beeman. No, I don't think so. But yeah, like it's great that you guys are all in the mix. It's like the middleweight era. You guys all need to fight each other. And you know, it's going to be great for us fight fans watching in. And I really wish the best man the best of luck. I do hope it is my guy, of course. But Bailey Short is a top man. What's that?
You wouldn't think it after this live. His head's not going to be able to fit in the ring and make the way you swollen it up.
Listen, as I said, I've worked with him on another show, and we had fun, didn't we, Bailey? We had fun. Do you know what I mean? We had fun. So I always got respect for all fighters, you know. And the idea of these lives is not to bring him on and us two just gang up on him. We try to be fair. We try to be neutral.
No.
Listen, I wish you both the best of luck. I'm probably going to come to the fight now because I've got excited just by watching this and entertained. But listen, thank you both for coming on, guys. Have you got a final message to Bailey? Have you got a final message to Billy?
No, like we've both said, it can go either way. Let the best man win. Win or lose, I'll shake your hand at the end of it. If you win and you get the decision, I'll shake your hand. And like I say, if you can put me on my ass, I'll fully get up and I'll shake your hand straight away. I'm very, very, very doubt that's going to happen.
Yeah, and have you got a final message for Mr. Short?
Yeah, bring
Billy.
Bailey, you bring you, I'll bring you. We'll meet in the middle of the ring and we'll have a good bout. Like, you've been very humble. I can't say no bad words against you. Unfortunately, on the night, you're what they put in.
Yeah.
And there's no way I'm stopping or giving up or quitting, or I'm going home with that W. So I apologise. We'll have a beer after. As long as the show don't get another power cut, we'll have a beer. And yeah, we'll crack on. And have a little laugh and a joke at Ben Knight storming out the ring.
Listen, respect to both teams. Both teams have been in on the live. Both teams have been very respectful. Bless up to you all. Bless up Boxing for Life, Dance and Destroyer, Calvin Carruthers, who's also fighting on the show against Seb Haller. Big up Reese 21 as well. I see Leo Meadows jumping in as well. Good kid.
Of course he was.
And also Billy's team as well.
He said you're a hugger. He said be prepared to be hugged for 3 rounds.
And also I've seen a few of your guys, Shamrock Sports, Atkins, Brickwork, and also your coach as well, Billy, your new coach has been in. So bless up to you all. I just want to say respect to everyone, support each other, free the Gunman, and I hope to see you guys on Saturday. I'm probably going to try and come now. Take it easy, my G.
See you Saturday.